Your body is like an ancient engine, one that has roared for decades, weathered storms, endured years of routine, and still waits quietly to show you it can roar again. But like any engine, its power depends not just on its age, but on the fuel and the oil you give it. The uncomfortable truth is this: most men after 60 surrender without realizing they've surrendered. They accept the fading of their strength as an inevitable verdict of time. They tell themselves it's normal, that desire must fade, that energy must weaken, that presence must vanish. But the truth is far less forgiving and far more liberating. It isn't time that steals your fire. It's what you consume every single day without thinking. The hidden enemy isn't the years. It's the chemistry you invite into your body when you drink what everyone else drinks without a second thought. The drinks you choose aren't just quenching thirst. They are shaping your inner chemistry. They mold your vitality, sharpen or dull your presence, ignite or extinguish your desire. Every sip influences not only your energy, but the way you are perceived, the way you connect, the very flavor of your essence. If your fire feels dim, if intimacy no longer awakens in you with the same effortless certainty it once did, that is not an accident. It is the result of poor management of the chemistry that fuels your body. But today, you will see something different. I am going to show you 5 powerful drinks that don't just recharge your energy in passing, but refine it, awaken it, and make it unforgettable. And the final drink is not merely a recipe. It is a master key, a way of transforming your inner essence from the root so deeply that you feel not only reawakened, but reborn. I am Celia, and if you stay with me until the end of this message, you won't just learn what no one else dares to explain about your intimate health. You will understand, and more importantly, feel why you can still be desired more deeply than ever before. Let us begin with the first. Number 1, Masu Root Infusion, the Andean elixir that has carried men for centuries back into their strength, their balance, and their unshakable desire. There's a silence many men know but rarely dare to name, a quiet emptiness, like a missing spark. You wake up fine, you walk fine, you work fine. You may even go to the gym and tell yourself you're healthy. And yet, when the moment of intimacy comes, something is missing. That effortless impulse, that spontaneous ignition is not there. You wonder if it's age, if your season has passed, if you must accept this. But you do not have to. The fire has not left you. It has only gone dormant. And the Andean people knew this long before science could measure hormones. To them, maca root was not a trendy powder sold in health stores. It was a sacred food, a bridge between body and spirit, a legacy to restore the fullness of masculine balance. What makes maca root different from the pills, potions, and stimulants you've been told to try is that it does not force or excite artificially. It doesn't trick your body into reacting. Instead, it rekindles the flame buried deep within, as if blowing gently on embers until they glow again. Modern science now confirms what ancient wisdom preserved. Maca helps regulate testosterone production, it improves sperm quality, and most importantly, it harmonizes the hypothalamic-pituitary-gonadal axis, the true hormonal heart of male desire. But there is more than numbers can prove. When prepared as an infusion taken daily on an empty stomach, maca root does something profound. It alters your presence. Your tone of voice deepens. Your ability to hold a gaze sharpens. Anxiety softens. Your energy is no longer scattered. It is grounded, magnetic, undeniable. In Andean cosmology, a man is not merely a body. He is a territory. And when that territory has been neglected, polluted, or left dry, energy does not flow. Maca is not a cheap aphrodisiac. It is the key that reopens the ancient channels, not to make you excited, but to remind you who you truly are when you stand in your fullness. Before you decide whether your desire has faded, ask yourself, how have you been feeding your fire? What have you given your body these past months? Have you allowed it to be nourished or neglected it without realizing? Desire is not lost, it is abandoned, and sometimes it only takes a single root to awaken it again. But this is only the beginning, because if maca root is the gentle awakening, the second drink is the purification, and it does not ask permission. Number 2, natural pomegranate water, the ancestral drink that clears your inner flow and elevates the quality of your masculine essence. In the 17th century, when medicine was still fumbling in the dark, a Persian physician named Avicenna spoke of something profound, that the true measure of a man's health was not merely his strength, but the quality of his fluids. He believed certain fruits harmonized the body at its most intimate level, chief among them the pomegranate. Not the soft, sweet varieties of today, but the tart, fiery fruit that grew under the merciless desert sun. Traders crossing the barren landscapes of Persia, Syria, and North Africa carried not only water, but pomegranate juice, not simply for refreshment, but for vitality. And it was whispered that a man who drank pomegranate before meeting a woman was more present, more desirable, more balanced. Centuries before antioxidants were known, they recognized the invisible shift it created. Now science has caught up. Pomegranate is rich in punicolagens and ellagic acid, compounds that act directly on your blood, your prostate, and your seminal fluids. Clinical studies confirm it improves sperm mobility, reduces prostate inflammation, and enhances endothelial function, which is the foundation of healthy circulation. Put simply, it ensures your blood flows cleanly and fully through your most vital systems. But beyond charts and studies lies something harder to measure yet impossible to ignore. Women notice. They notice the shift in taste, in scent, in softness of touch. They notice a refinement, a clarity, an aliveness that words cannot explain, but presence does. From the Stoic perspective, purification is strength. Seneca himself taught that the art of letting go is the greatest power. And the same is true within your body. The toxins, the fats, the hidden fermentations you carry unknowingly weigh down your vitality and silence your desire. Pomegranate water, taken on an empty stomach each morning, acts like an elegant storm. It does not crash, but it cleans. It does not wound, but it clears. And what it leaves behind is you, refined, sharpened, magnetic. Picture this, a man of 65, worn by years of routine, intimacy long forgotten. Almost by chance, he remembers a story his Syrian grandfather once told him about pomegranate water. He begins to drink it each morning. Within 2 weeks, his digestion lightens, his breath clears, his skin glows. But beyond that, women begin to notice him again. Not because he has changed his appearance, but because his body speaks again, with health, with vitality, with unspoken truth. That is the power of purification. And when the storm has passed, when the debris is gone, the time comes not only to be clean, but to be sharp, ready, precise. That is where the third drink enters. Number 3, celery juice with lemon, the green tonic that sharpens breath, circulation, and physical presence. For the next 3 days, I want you to perform a small but revealing ritual. Wake up. Do not check your phone. Do not speak. Go to your kitchen. Juice raw celery, squeeze half a lemon into it, and drink it in silence before eating anything. Then wait. Do not rush to breakfast. Simply observe. Observe your digestion, your energy, your clarity. What you may not realize is that bad breath, sluggishness, and fatigue do not come only from the mouth or from tired muscles. They come from stagnation in the gut, from a liver overburdened, from fermentation and toxins that linger silently in your system. Women perceive this instantly, even when you do not. The scent of your body, the texture of your breath, the way your skin feels, all of it speaks louder than words. Celery with lemon is not a trendy detox. It is an invisible sharpener. Packed with natural sodium, vitamin C, and digestive enzymes, it reduces inflammation, boosts circulation, and filters your system like a gentle but relentless blade. In Chinese medicine, this is the restoration of the wood element, which governs the liver and the muscles. When the liver is clogged, the body stiffens, the muscles weaken, desire slows, mood collapses. But when it is cleared, energy flows again. Thoughts sharpen, skin breathes, manhood responds. This tonic is not simply about health, it is about presence. The kind of presence that doesn't need to be announced because it radiates. And when you drink it with intention, when you allow it to enter as ritual, you are not simply nourishing your body, you are sharpening your spirit. Strength is not born of desire alone, it is born of inner order. And when your system vibrates with clarity, your presence becomes irresistible. A man with clarity does not need to beg. His body speaks, his gaze speaks, his silence speaks, and yet clarity is not the end. Because desire is not only about being sharp and clean, it is also about warmth. And warmth, my friend, is what awakens fire where it has gone cold. Number 4, ginger cinnamon tea, the warming ritual that reignites circulation in your intimate core and restores your inner fire. There is no greater enemy of desire than a cold body. I do not mean cold hands or a drafty room. I mean the internal chill that creeps in with the years. When blood still flows, but without heat. When intimacy responds, but without vigor. When life continues, but without vibration. This is not normal aging. This is neglect, and it is reversible. Ginger with cinnamon is not simply an herbal tea, it is a fire ritual, revered for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine and in Arab traditions as a way of restoring essential masculine warmth. Ginger awakens circulation, reduces inflammation, and stimulates the pelvic area gently but powerfully. Cinnamon regulates blood sugar, refines nervous system sensitivity, and spreads warmth that does not excite wildly but connects deeply. There is something deeply magnetic about a body that radiates warmth from within, a body whose fire is not forced but cultivated, whose blood flows with vibrancy, whose presence is alive with resonance. This warmth is not about sweat or outward intensity. It is about vibration, circulation, and the deep hum of energy moving without obstruction. The Taoists call it the lower fire, born in the belly and flowing outward, fueling both pleasure and vitality. When this fire is lit, you see it in the eyes, hear it in the voice, feel it in the atmosphere surrounding the man. His touch is no longer cold or tentative. It becomes an invitation, steady and alive. And this is why ginger cinnamon tea should not be taken as just another beverage, but as a ritual. Picture this. Evening has arrived. The noise of the day is settling, and you set a pot of pure water to boil. You slice fresh ginger, drop in a cinnamon stick, and allow the water to absorb their warmth. No sugar, no milk, nothing to dilute the essence. You pour it into your cup, sip slowly, and let the fire spread through your chest, your belly, your core. This is more than tea. It is a masculine tonic, a reminder of your original flame. With each sip, the forgotten memory of your own inner fire is reawakened. And when your body begins to glow from the inside, desire is no longer something you chase or demand. It is drawn naturally, as warmth attracts, as fire compels, as presence cannot be ignored. But fire, as essential as it is, cannot sustain you without rest. What most men overlook is that their strength, their desire, and their vigor are not built during effort. They are restored during recovery. And when the mind does not rest, when the body is not allowed to regenerate, desire falters no matter how much fire you try to summon. This is why the 5th drink is not about stimulation, but restoration. Number 5, golden milk with turmeric, the nighttime tonic that calms the mind, restores the body, and repairs the foundation of desire while you sleep. For years, many men have lived under the illusion that rest is optional, a luxury that can be sacrificed in the pursuit of productivity or survival. Nights shortened, stress unaddressed, tension carried into bed like armor. But this armor corrodes from the inside, leaving the nervous system strained, the hormones depleted, the body too restless to renew itself. And then you wonder why desire weakens, why mornings arrive heavy, why energy no longer surges when called. The truth is simple but often ignored. Testosterone, vitality, and the subtle spark of desire are not produced in the middle of effort, but in the quiet depths of rest. And when you rob yourself of that rest, you rob yourself of your strength. Golden milk is not a casual bedtime drink. It is an ancient remedy, a quiet medicine once given to warriors, not to sedate them, but to heal them. In Ayurvedic tradition, turmeric blended with warm plant-based milk, a touch of cinnamon, black pepper, and sometimes ginger, was used as a nightly balm. Its power lies in its ability to reduce inflammation, cleanse the liver, regulate cortisol, and allow the nervous system to soften into regeneration. Imagine sitting at the end of your day, tension still buzzing in your chest, thoughts racing like restless birds. You warm the milk, stir in the golden spice, let its earthy aroma rise with the steam. You sip slowly, and with each sip, your body loosens. Your chest no longer clenches, your mind no longer clings, your breath no longer stumbles. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. Because the man who learns to surrender into rest discovers that his mornings arrive with more vigor than the man who fought to stay awake, and modern science has confirmed what tradition always knew. Turmeric improves sleep quality, reduces stress hormones, and enhances hormonal balance. Restored overnight, the body awakens ready, not with scattered energy, but with focused vitality, strength that shows itself not in words, but in how you walk, how you carry yourself, how your presence fills the room. Rest, in the eyes of the Stoics, was never weakness. Marcus Aurelius himself warned against letting the mind torment itself with worries of what has not yet happened. And yet that is exactly what countless men do each night. Lie down with bodies ready to release, but minds chained to noise and fear. Golden milk is not just about drinking something warm. It is about creating a ritual of surrender, a way of allowing the body to enter the sacred rhythm of restoration. Because when the body is restored, desire follows naturally. A rested man does not chase desire. It returns to him like a tide, inevitable and strong. This is the quiet strength of golden milk. It does not arouse, it resets. It does not push, it clears. It does not excite, it prepares. And that preparation is the secret foundation of vigor. Now, having walked through these 5 drinks, we come to the heart of transformation, the master recipe, the rhythm that binds them together. For too long, men have sought a single solution, a magic pill, a miracle fix. But true strength is not found in shortcuts. It is built through rhythm, intention, and consistency. Transformation does not come from a single act. It comes from a symphony of small, deliberate rituals woven together with patience. The master recipe is not about combining all 5 drinks into one. It is about knowing when to call upon each, like instruments in an orchestra, each playing its part at the right time, creating harmony rather than chaos. Think of your week as a journey, each day a station, each station asking for a different kind of nourishment. Monday is about willpower and activation, Tuesday about cleansing, Wednesday about sharpening, Thursday about igniting fire, Friday about surrender and rest. The weekend becomes the space for intuition, the time to return to whichever drink resonates most with your body's present need. Begin your Monday with maca root infusion, taken on an empty stomach, awakening your system gently but powerfully, reminding your body that it can still rise to the challenges of the week with energy rooted in balance, not strain. On Tuesday, turn to natural pomegranate water, the purifier, the cleanser, washing away the remnants of the past days, creating space for new energy to flow. On Wednesday, drink celery juice with lemon, sharpening your clarity, purifying your liver, and ensuring that your breath, your skin, and your energy carry refinement and precision. By Thursday, when the weight of the week begins to dull your fire, ginger cinnamon tea arrives to reignite warmth, to remind your blood to circulate with intention, to remind your presence that fire is not gone, only waiting to be lit. And when Friday evening arrives, when the body longs for restoration, let golden milk be your entry into the night. Let it soften you, calm you, and prepare you for the sleep that rebuilds everything. As for Saturday and Sunday, this is where intuition must lead. Some weekends you will feel the need for purification, others for warmth, others for clarity. Listen and return to whichever tonic calls you, because the true secret is not blind routine, but intelligent rhythm. Each of these drinks is powerful on its own, but when practiced in rhythm, with intention and consistency, their effect compounds. Your energy no longer comes in bursts of exhaustion and recovery. It flows steadily, refined, sharpened, magnetic. Your presence shifts in ways you cannot measure, but others cannot ignore. The flavor of your essence changes, becoming cleaner, more attractive, more compelling. Your breath refines, your skin vibrates, your gaze deepens. Desire no longer arrives as a fleeting impulse, but as a grounded force, available when called, present without fear, steady without strain. This is not a diet, not a gimmick, not a passing trend. This is a path back to yourself, to the man whose body still holds fire, whose presence can still command, whose essence can still attract. And here lies the deeper truth. Most men will not hear this message. They will click away when discomfort rises, when responsibility is demanded. They will accept the lie that age is the thief of desire, that the fading of strength is inevitable, that intimacy must belong to the past. But you, if you have stayed this long, have already proven otherwise. You are not here because of convenience. You are here because you are ready to face what others ignore. That your body speaks, your energy does not lie, and your choices build or break your masculine power every day. It is not age that steals desire. It is excuses. It is toxic habits, neglected rituals, and beliefs that whisper you are done when you are not. You are not done. You are capable of cleansing your system, transforming your flavor, reigniting your fire, and reclaiming the magnetic presence you thought was gone. But it will not happen by accident nor by miracle. It will happen by choice, by ritual, by rhythm. And if you are willing to choose, begin with one simple declaration. Write these words and make them yours. My body deserves respect. Just 6 words, but powerful enough to shift your intention. Respect is not about indulgence. It is about discipline, about consistency, about honoring what carries you. Say it, write it, own it. And when you do, share it. Because this is not just about you, but about a community of men who refuse to fade silently, who refuse to surrender when life still offers more to feel, more to give, more to ignite. Tell me where you are listening from, share your story, and know that you are not alone in this path. This is why this space exists. This is why I call it the House of Wisdom. Not to flatter, not to entertain, but to remind you that you are not finished, that mediocrity is not the end, that the strength of a man who honors himself is not extinct. Here we do not celebrate weakness, we awaken power. We sharpen, we refine, we remind men of who they are beneath the weight of excuses and neglect. Because the world does not need more men who have given up. It needs men whose presence radiates truth, Men who walk into a room and shift it without saying a word. Men who seduce not with tricks, but with authenticity. That is what this path offers. That is what these rituals restore. So subscribe not out of obligation, but out of recognition. Recognition that this is one of the few spaces that will speak to you directly, deeply, and with respect. Share this message not for numbers, but because another man out there may be on the edge of giving up in silence, believing he is finished, when all he needs is a reminder that he is not. And before you go, the journey is only beginning. What you have heard here is only the surface. Watch the 2 videos now on your screen. One will reveal how to stop your masculine energy from draining away without you noticing. The other will teach you how to read what a woman shows without words. The silent language of attraction that most men never learn. Choose whichever draws you most, because whichever path you take, the conversation has only just begun.